I'm Maggie from backtothelandliving.com, and today I want to show you how to make star Christmas ornaments out of old tea towels. So these star ornaments, I like them because they add a nice farmhouse touch to your Christmas tree. They're more of a natural ornament to add on, and also they're pretty quick to make and they cost pretty much nothing to make since I'm making them out of old tea towels. So for this project, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need tea towels or just some other fabric that you like that's Christmassy or that's a natural feeling fabric that you want to have for your ornament. So you need that. You're also going to need some thread that matches your fabric, so I'm going to have to change mine out. You're going to need a method of sewing, so I'm using my Singer heavy duty sewing machine today. But you could just use a needle and thread and do a little stitch along the edge. It wouldn't take very long since they're nice and small. You're also going to need some scissors to cut out your stars with and a template of some type. So last year I tried making these just freehand and they did not look that good. So stars are harder than I thought to draw. So I just took something I had another ornament that was a star and I traced around it and cut out a little template for myself. If you had a cookie cutter that was a star, you could trace around that and make a little pattern, or you could just find a star online and print that off and cut it out. And so you're going to want to cut out a little pattern. And then you're also going to need some twine or some ribbon. I'm using some twine just to put on the top of the ornament to hang it on the tree. And you're going to want a few pins just for cutting out your template. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut out your star template, and after you have this cut out, you're going to take your fabric, so in this case my tea towel, and you're going to lay out your template on your fabric in the way that you want. And once you get it in the right orientation and how you like it, you're just going to pin on your template, or you can just hold it there if you'd like, but I'm going to pin mine on and then cut around the edge. So when you're cutting out your star from your fabric, you're going to want to leave some space around the edge of your template so that you have room to sew. So I'm going to leave about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch around the edge, and that's just going to give me some space to have the seam so that my star doesn't end up being super tiny. You're also going to want to make sure that you have 2 stars cut out, so you can either double it up like I have here and just cut around it once, or you can find 2 different sides that you like and cut them out separately. So once you have your stars cut out, you're going to want to pin them together just so they don't move around when you're sewing, and you want to have the good sides out. Whatever you want to see at the end, that's what you want to be seeing when you sew. So you're just going to leave about 1/4 of an inch around the edge as you sew, and when you get to a corner, you're going to put the needle down into the fabric, lift it and pivot so it gives nice crisp corners. When you start and when you finish, you're going to go back and forth just so that the thread doesn't come undone. And you're going to leave one side open and not sewn shut so we can stuff the star. So go all the way around, make sure to leave that little gap. After you have it sewn, we're going to take the stuffing and stuff your star. So I'm just using some classic fiber fill from Michael's. You can get this stuff at most craft stores. But it's really just like a filler, doesn't matter what type. If you didn't have anything like this, you could just use even cotton balls that you fluffed up. So you just want to take your star and start stuffing it. So you might need to use like a knitting needle or something like that, or a pencil, or really anything just to help stuff the fill down into the corners to make your star's points nice. So you don't want to overfill your star. You want to fill it enough that it is puffy a little bit, but you don't want it to be like a big ball in the center. So you fill it up, and once you have it full, you bring it right to the edge, and we're just going to do a little seam to close that gap. And then the final step is to attach the little loop for it to hang off of, and so I just take the twine, I think it's about 5 inches of twine, and loop it around and then tie it in a knot. And I leave a little bit of a tail just because I like the look of it hanging off to the side. And then I'm just going to take a needle and thread, and I'm going to sew on that loop to my star. So I just pick the top of the star that I want to be hanging from and just go back and forth through that knot onto the star, and then just tie it off, trim the threads, and then I'm all done. So that's how you make a star Christmas tree ornament that's a farmhouse style out of a tea towel. I like making these because I can reuse something that's old and make something new out of them. They make up super quickly, and so I can just put these together, add them to my tree for a nice little natural touch. I hope you've enjoyed making them, and let us know how it goes. Thanks so much for watching, and Merry Christmas, and I'll see you on the next one.